This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sam Crawford Field in Wahoo. We have a special presentation of amateur athletics here on News Channel Nebraska. So happy you could join us. We have some all-star baseball. I'm Michael Shively. Andy Klassen is here with me, and we're excited for the American Legion Classes B and C hitting challenge, followed by the all-star game this evening. And it's all brought to you by Tradewind. Tradewind Energy. To learn more about hosting a wind turbine, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Well, we have a whole fun afternoon and evening planned. There's a little break in between, and really this is just about celebrating the athletic accomplishments of these players and even the coaches, and having some fun today, Andy.
Really is just a good feeling overall. As soon as you stepped onto the ballpark here, all coaches were joking around, having a good time, and this really is just a year-end celebration for all the baseball players across the state. Legion High School, as you said, this is the best of the best, Class B and C. And, I mean, we got kids all the way from Ponca, Crofton, Nebraska, all the way out to Wood River. So a huge swath, basically statewide teams being represented here today. And what a host. Wahoo really rolled out the red carpet. And a big thanks has to go out to the Kiwanis Baseball All-Star Classic, the Kiwanis Club here in town, having a lot to put this thing together. And there's just a great interest of baseball, American Legion baseball, alive and well here in Wahoo today.
Well, it's a great way to spend the summer playing, watching, coaching American Legion baseball. The message imparted to the kids just as important as what they're learning athletically out there on the field. And it's been around forever, American Legion baseball, and as far as this event, it's been around 17 years. This is the 17th edition, and as you said, we are well represented. 16 different teams offering players up to this, and 35 total players. As you said, everybody from Overton. We have Bruning, Davenport, Shickley here, Crete, Waverly, and up north in the Crofton, Ponca, and players from Wahoo as well. So it's set to be a ton of fun. Right now we're getting ready for the hitting challenge. We'll take a short break on News Channel Nebraska. When we come back, we'll tell you the rules and get you started for the American Legion All-Star Hitting Challenge.
We work every day to make your lives easier. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller.
Smart home automation allows digital devices that you use every day, like TVs, audio equipment, lights, security panels, and thermostats, to work together with easy-to-use devices like a remote control, tablet, or even your smartphone. With smart home automation, your whole home becomes more comfortable, convenient, and easier to control.
To learn more about how Diode Technologies can customize your smart home for your family, give me a call today. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller, your local technology solutions company.
Nebraska is prime country for farming corn, beans, and now wind energy. For landowners interested in hosting a wind turbine, this doesn't mean giving up a lot of land. A wind turbine and its access drive will only occupy about 1/2 of an acre, leaving the rest of the land usable for world-class northeast Nebraska farming. That half-acre used to harvest the wind will also help educate school children and improve area roads with additional tax revenue. To learn more, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a four-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large four-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter-to-semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
Welcome back to Sam Crawford Field in Wahoo. We're getting ready for baseball action. First, the All-Star American Legion Hitting Challenge. Then we'll take a little break where they feed the players. We'll get you some news and then head back to the ballpark for the All-Star game. Well, let's tell you about the coaches sponsored by T.O. Haas. Your coaches for the South team. It's T.J. Ritz from Donovan Trumbull James Thompson from Wood River, and Christian Thompson also from Wood River. On the north side, it's the blue team, and that's Rod Walther, Colton Keller, and Brendan Keller from Crete. So they're kind of going against their home territory there. Crete coming up from the south and representing the north squad.
You're seeing it right there. Everyone kind of come together, keeping this event strong, whether they're from Crete, Wood River, or whatever the case may be. And what a day for baseball. 81 degrees, partly cloudy. If you could draw up a perfect day to kind of host an event like this, an all-star game with a hitting challenge on top of it, this would be the type of scenario. Now, the flags are just slightly blowing in on us, so that might put the cap on some of those maybe home runs. But with this hitting challenge, they're still going to get points for putting the ball deep.
They are, and let's dive right into those rules, Andy. It's not exactly like what you'd see at maybe the Major League Home Run Derby. Each hitter has a total of 5 outs. They're getting pitches from a pitcher assigned by the Kiwanis club. Anything that is not hit past the 200-foot line in fair play territory is an out. So if that's a foul ball, if that's a swing and a miss, if it's not 200 feet, that's an out. Otherwise, 200 feet equals 3 points. Hitting the fence, 5. It's out of here, and that's 10 points. And we're ready to get underway. It's time to enjoy the game, brought to you by United Healthcare. First swing by Bubba Cabrales is an out. There's out number 2. Bubba from Ponca, center fielder and pitcher.
3 pitches, 3 outs. He's on the ball. He's just not lifting it.
Well, there he gets some lift, but it doesn't quite have the distance. He'll have one more out to work with. All right, Bubba. Didn't get the meaty part of the bat and flies out. And that's tough, though, being the first guy to go. Bubba Cabrales. In the books, they're alternating between the north and the south. Now we're on the north side. And Dylan Feakin from Crete. Well, I believe that will actually be Jackson Grote from Bruning Davenport Chickley. Quickly 2 outs for him. There's a pretty good rip.
And that's a point.
3 points for Grote. Rip down the left field line. Not quite the distance, though.
We get a ruling on that one?
That is going to be short, but that was a real nice hit. Frozen rope line drive, exactly what you want. He just about did a mirror image of his last swing.
That was extra bases. Doesn't count that way, though.
Oh.
Watch out for that in the All-Star game, though, for Jackson Grote. That's going to be extra bases in some places.
That was a real nice piece of hitting. Hit 3 line drives right in a row there. Just didn't get under him there. And I kind of liked what I saw there from Jackson. He didn't alter his swing, just stayed true to his swing. And that's what it's all about.
Dylan Feakin from Crete, a utility player and also a pitcher, gets underneath one and lifts it deep in left field. And does it stay fair? No, that's just foul for out number 2. Collective sigh across the ballpark. Feakin gets a hold of one. He's trying that left field line and gets 3 points.
Good for 3.
Too far underneath it.
And we were talking about the coaches kind of supporting one another and having fun with each other before the game. All these kids were as well, and you heard that sigh from the blue sideline there. Everyone saying, "Come on, give it to them, umps!" And you've seen all the players get together here and have fun as well. Really nice setting here.
And that's 2 straight, garnering him 6 more points in total. And right at the 200-foot mark, we'll keep going. 12 points for Dylan Feakin.
And I think the umpires have kind of loosened it up there. He might have been on the line, but we're going to give him 3.
He's on a roll now. He has his groove.
Oh.
And just foul. So Dylan Feakin. Well, we have a leader here establishing a number to beat, Andy. 15 for Dylan Feakin. That's 5 points, or 5 hits that go over 200 feet. We're enjoying the game, brought to you by United Healthcare.
Yeah, and Dylan got a lot of good lumber on the ball there, especially that last one. He just pulled it a little too much. That would have actually flirted with an actual home run had he kept it straight.
Now it's Peyton Dubert from Bruning Davenport Shickley who launches a three-pointer. Followed by a double play ball. There's no one out there, so you don't know. Liner, watch out. That's Todd Hornung out there, the organizer for the Kiwanis Club. That's dangerous territory, having your back turned.
Yeah, and I think our angle might have been he might have been behind the net a little bit, but you don't want to get out too far from that. You got to protect yourself out there, Todd.
Todd saying, you can't bring that ball over here. I'll get it. Fly ball. This one's heading back. It's towards the warning track. Bounces up just short of the warning track. Another 3 points. Make that 6 total for Dubert.
And I like what Peyton's doing here. He's just taking a nice, easy swing, just focusing on getting a good piece of bat onto the ball, and he's letting the bat head do the work.
This is his last chance. Underneath it some, but it still might carry. Good catch by the youngster, but not the distance needed. A solid 6 put up by Peyton Dubert. So as far as what we look at here, there is a championship round, Andy, and depending on time, each participant will have 5 outs. The highest cumulative score from both rounds wins. So if you have a huge first round, you could give yourself a cushion into the championship.
Right.
This is Nate Hostetler of Crete.
Nice patience being shown there by Hostetler, not taking the first pitch.
Good bat on that, and it earns 3 points. Hostetler on the scoreboard. Make that back-to-back liners for 3.
And I tell you what, these little leaguers out in the outfield, they're making some plays out there. Yeah, I've been watching some home run derbies all summer long, and I don't know where they get some of these kids, but they have a rough time out in the outfield.
Oh, these guys, they're getting some good work out there, these boys and girls. It's great practice. Great fun, too, I'm sure. Lifting one opposite way to right center. That will have the distance for 3 more points. 12 for Hostetler, 1 more three-pointer, which he won't get there, would tie him with his teammate Feakin for the lead.
On that last three-pointer, he did a real nice job going to the opposite field, lifting the ball up. Nice natural swing going opposite field to get that final 3 points.
Hostetler with 12 points. By the way, loved his look on the stirrups there with the blue and red at the top. We'll get back to that later, I'm sure. Number 3 in red, Andy, Caden Ritz of Donovan Trumbull.
Hostetler was showing you some of that Creighton Cardinal pride there with the old throwback stirrups.
Yeah, absolutely. Cardinal from Crete. Hostetler heading to Northeastern Junior College in Sterling, Colorado. Lots of these players going on to play college baseball.
Yep, going to the next level, whether that be at the junior college level or small college or even D1. We got some serious baseball players out here, really talented athletes. And you're kind of seeing that when we're looking at the lineup, a lot of multiple positional players, pitchers, third baseman, first base, catchers. They can play a host of different positions.
Well, speaking of college baseball, Caden Ritz will be playing at the next level. He gets a hold of this one and lifts it to right center. That'll be enough for 3 for Caden Ritz. I believe that's the first player that got points before an out.
Yeah, and that was about 300 feet worth of points.
This fly ball have the distance. Yes. 6 for Ritz.
And Caden has a real nice swing where it has just that little bit of a loop to it, kind of like a Ken Griffey Jr., where really that launch angle kind of reminds you of back in the day. I mean, kind of showing my age there, but Ken Griffey Jr. really lifted the ball with a real fluid swing. You're seeing that from Caden Ritz right now.
We'll be talking about Wahoo Sam Crawford throughout the evening, so Ken Griffey Jr. is not dating you. Don't need to worry about that. Great distance there by Ritz. He's up to 12. And he rips this one. This is deep towards left. That's well struck. Another 3. And 15 total. Now tied for the lead is Caden Ritz. Laced to left center. And that's a gapper.
Got a real nice stroke going on right now, and he's also doing a good job of pacing himself. He'll take a pitch, meaning he'll let it go by if he's not comfortable swinging the bat.
Also gives you a second to rest. Really had a deep center fly ball a moment ago. Another one here. That one getting up close to the wall. We could see a 5-pointer from Ritz. at this pace. He has jumped out to an enormous lead, looking at 24 points right now.
I think a lot of that does have to do with his natural swing. It has a little bit of that golf swing to it where it elevates the ball up and he doesn't have to try and drive it out of the park, although we've seen a couple make the warning track.
Another good rip, not quite far enough. That's out number 3 only for Ritz. He's sitting at 24. If that was fair, it would add another 3, but wide of the chalk line. Last chance for Ritz. It's underneath it, and it's heading back. That's far enough. Another 3.
And a nice catch by the youngster out there. Had to cover a lot of ground, called the others off. Tell you what, we got some athletes in the outfield here too.
They're practicing for their future Legion days. Once more has the distance. Up to 30 points for Ritz. Oh, make that 33.
Real nice stroke going on right now for Caden Ritz.
And there's out number 5 and ends the show. What a performance by Caden Ritz of Donovan Trumbull. He finishes 33 points. The previous leader had 15, more than doubled by Ritz. Everyone else going to try to emulate him, starting with the number 4 in blue from the north. It's Aiden Urbaum of Valparaiso.
Wow, what a show just put on there by Caden Ritz, and wouldn't you expect it, the shortstop? A lot of times that's a very versatile player, a guy that usually gobbles up the 2 or 3 hole in the lineup. You saw it right there from Ritz.
Center field, and the first 3 points for Urbaum. That's an act to follow there from Ritz. Now Urbaum, he's going to Dordt College to play baseball. Coach describes him as having a high baseball IQ and being mentally tough. And that extra level of toughness, you know when they're not wearing batting gloves.
Right.
That would tear my hands up.
He's also rocking the old stirrup.
He is, he is. There's another 3. Urbaum has 6.
And another shortstop slash pitcher, a guy that's very versatile out there, and that's exactly what the next level is looking for. A guy that can be a relief pitcher for you, but also use you out as a utility guy in the infield.
Aiden Urbaum sitting at 9 points. Here he gets a hold of one. That has plenty of distance to get another 3.
That was a line drive that just kept elevating and driving out into the outfield. Nice piece of hitting there from Urbaum.
Urbaum will finish with 12. The pitcher and shortstop. He's a pitcher first, if anything. Showed he could swing the bat a little bit. Now we move on back to the South squad and Easton Havelschrud of Waverly.
I was kind of joking around with some of the coaches from the South side, the red side. They're like, you know, we got like 8 or 9 pitchers on the roster. We need some first baseman and third baseman out here. But these guys are also versatile. You know, they can kind of plug and play them wherever they might need them to be.
In the All-Star game, I believe we're going to see just a rotation, almost like you're playing rec league baseball, because everybody's so versatile. And they're just trying to get everybody on the field. That will be one of the main jobs of the coaches. That did not count there for Havelschrud, but they will be rotating positions when we get to the game. Right now, it's Havelschrud trying to get on the board with some points.
Young man for Waverly, and just what you were talking about, next to his name, it's utility player. So he does a little bit of everything for Waverly in the summertime.
A round of applause for Havelschrud. He's going to play his college ball at Indian Hills Community College.
I tell you what, that's a big boy program. A lot of elite baseball players have gone through that program, on to D1, then up into the majors getting drafted.
Cade Lynham from Springfield, an outfielder and a lefty. Is this first or second lefty is on.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many guys hitting from the right side of the plate here.
Opposite field liner, that was well struck by Lynham. He gets 3. You hear the ping of the bat delivering that one to deep center, another 3 points.
Yeah, and just hearing it, the contact that he's making, you have a pretty good feeling that's probably 3 points.
Another deep one. Up to 9 now for Lynham, just a couple of outs. That's just number 2, actually. Fly ball, does it carry far enough? The wind's blowing in, not helping anybody, but still able to buck the wind and get it over 200 feet is Lineham.
Lineham got just enough of that one. Like you said, the wind was
this one.
blowing it in just a bit.
Out number 3 for Lineham. He's up to 15 points. Belts one foul to the left side. Last chance for Lineham. The lefty off the end of the stick, doesn't get far enough and finishes with 15. That's a tie for second with Dylan Feakin. Everybody trailing. Caden Ritz, 33. Now Thatcher Kozel from Waverly.
Real quick, all the players from both squads get to partake in this first round. Then you're going to take the top 3 from each side. So Caden Ritz is way out in front with 33. But on the other side, you got Lineham right there with 15. And then Dylan Feakin tied for 1-2 on the north side, the blue side.
Restocking of the baseballs. You see that Kiwanis logo. That's who's putting this on, the Wahoo area Kiwanis. What a great effort by that organization. When you talk about civic action, you think Kiwanis, and what a great event to bring to town. You draw visitors to the community, and you benefit the youth as well.
You really do, and we're talking about some of these all-star games and events, especially with baseball, have kind of faded away and gone away. That's not the case here in baseball, rich in tradition, Wahoo, Nebraska. Great to see, great event. And a huge thanks to all the American Legion Posts that have put in a lot of work to put this on. And of course, you mentioned it, the Kiwanis Club of Wahoo.
Thatcher Kozel, we've restocked the baseballs. Kozel says, I'll take that one to right field. Would have been a single. However, an out here. Kozel, 3-year starter. His coach at Waverly says the hardest worker he's ever coached.
Tell you what, he's just up there hitting line drives. Typically, you'd love to see that, but in this event, you kind of want to elevate the ball and get it up in the air a little bit.
There you go. And is it far enough? Yes, there's the first 3 for Kozel. Underneath this one. And the pop-up lands short. 4 outs against Kozel. Here he gets a hold of one. It's high, it's deep, it's heading back towards the track and winds up just short of the warning track. Fantastic strike off of the stick of Kozel. He's at 6 points. Hits another deep one.
Whoa.
Right center. Oh, wow. That was one of the furthest that we've seen.
There's also a bonus point for actually hitting the fence. You don't go over. So it's worth just a couple more points there rather than just getting it over the 200-foot line.
That's a 9-point outing for Thatcher Kozel. Right now, that would be good enough to advance him to the next round, second on the South. Colin Lineham, brother of Cade, who went previously and put up an impressive 15. You think in the sibling rivalry, you'll be hoping to get at least 15 here.
Yeah, that'd be a brutal ride home, whichever way it goes.
That one's high and deep, and that would be extra bases. In this, it's 3 points.
Nice hit.
That's deep as well, shy of the track.
Those last couple of 3-pointers from Lineham, you're really seeing the strength where it doesn't look like he's winding up and really putting a lot into it, but man, that ball travels a long ways. Good fundamental piece of hitting right here you're seeing from Colin Lineham.
Representing the Springfield Legion team, the south of Omaha. Gears up and belts it. That one's winding up in the right center field gap and bringing him to a total of 9.
And right there you saw I was talking about his strength. That's going opposite field, deep and a long distance there. Nice piece of hitting for Colin Lineham.
He will finish with 9. Back to the South squad and Nolan Brown of Waverly. We've mentioned that there is some Division I talent here, and we're talking about Nolan Brown. He will play for UNO, University of Nebraska, Omaha.
And we're talking about that D1, those D1 schools. They want to see versatile players. Well, Brown's a shortstop, second baseman, and a pitcher. That's exactly what UNO is looking for when they're looking for especially in-state talent. And oh, by the way, the Mavericks, UNO Mavericks, made the tournament last year. Real neat deal where both Creighton, UNO, and the university all made postseason play.
An exciting time to join the Mavericks, certainly. And he will be a two-way player there. So we mentioned a guy that can do a lot. You don't see it as much at the college level where you pitch and play in the field, but that is the plan for Nolan Brown. Here he's trying to get on the board, taking a few pitches, getting used to the new thrower. We did change pitchers before this batter.
And they just came off of batting practice, both squads, and you know, the pitchers were kind of hurling them in there. This pitcher's kind of lobbing them up there. I think they're...
My goodness, a hold back just a touch later there, Nolan, and you'll have one that hits the fence.
I think
that was the best struck ball we've seen.
Yeah, I think he's just adjusting his time speed, his batting speed here to a slower pitch ball.
Right, this is being lofted in versus, you know, lasered in like you'd see in a game or in mini batting practice. It will get him the ability to do an uppercut, but working out the timing on this lofted pitch will be a challenge.
And
here's a deep one. That's deep towards left center and just short of the warning, or rather just short of the fence. That is 3 points for Brown, but the deepest ball we've seen. Gears up and rips it. That's 3 more. Can Brown find his groove? That one's deep. That one's far. Is it out of here? Off of the fence. The first to hit the fence, it's Nolan Brown, and that's a 5-pointer. Up to 11 is Brown.
And I think what you're seeing, all the pitches that are a little bit lower in the zone, that's allowing the batters to drop the bat and kind of go in with a swooping swing. The high pitches are the ones giving them trouble, like you just saw right there, unable to get out of the infield.
Well, Brown finishes with 11. That has him in second in the South. And Andy, I came in with no favorites, but I'd love to see Brown sneak into that championship round and get him another chance where he's adjusted to a pitcher, because will be a challenge. He was really. Here's a deep one.
Yeah.
That's deep towards left.
So
we moved past Brown, pardon me, and we've moved up to Colin Morrissey of Wahoo.
Yeah, when Brown was able to get his timing down and get into it, man, we saw him drive the ball in a very deep manner towards the wall.
Now Morrissey, the lefty, has a big leg kick. Did that one fly enough? No, not quite. Good speed with Morrissey, 16 stolen bases. We'll see if he has some power to complement it. He does on that swing, the first 3 for Morrissey.
Nice shot to dead center there for Morrissey.
Not quite to the 200-foot line. Trying to get the barrel all the way through the baseball here and drive it. Didn't quite on that last swing. Morrissey, though, does finish with points, 3 of them. Jay Adams, another Waverly representative, will play his college ball at Concordia.
And another 3-year starter for the program over there in Waverly.
Didn't quite get all the bats on the first swing. There he goes. Hits it hard, but not far enough. Gets underneath this and lifts it towards left. That will do for 3. Another hard hit baseball. Once more, a little short. This one, though, has plenty of distance, heading back and just short of the warning track. Impressive distance from Adams. He's up to 6. Make that 9.
Adams has done a real nice job here adjusting his swing. These are high pitches up in the zone. Starting to drop his back shoulder and get it up and elevated.
Oh, I'm liking the swing here from Adams. Up to 12 on the point total. taking a couple pitches. Lifting it, and that'll do. Another 3.
Yeah, that was in
15.
on the hands just a little bit. He was still able to get enough of it dead center, elevating it, getting it past that 200-foot line, counting it for 3 points.
High fly ball. That carries far enough for another 3. Watch out for Jay Adams. He's up to 18. Just out number 4, so one more try for Adams. Clubs one deep towards left. Another triple.
And you're seeing the power for Adams. Even when he doesn't get a hold of it, he still gets a hold of it at enough. And here's a deep one.
That one flies plenty far. Right now at 24.
2 swings, 6 points. Pretty good.
Deep. That one keeps carrying. It's in the gap, and it's up against the fence. Not quite hitting it in the fly, which is the requirement. A tremendous swing. Now 3 more. Watch out, Caden Ritz. Adams is putting on a show. He's in a groove. Does this one carry? Yes.
It does.
They round up.
That's 15 points right in a row.
On the 4th out, he's up to 33, tied for the most. Line drive, and that's just short. What a performance by Jay Adams, and a lot of it coming on that last out.
Yep. And you saw on that last out, he did a real nice job of playing with some patience there, taking a pitch, waiting to get one that he could drive into the outfield and drive it deep. How about that? 5 swings, 15 points right in a row.
That's the model we've seen put out by Adams and Ritz. Let's get another look at that last swing. Or that last 3-pointer, I should say. Really got that deep. So far, it rolled up to the fence.
Over everyone's head out there in the outfield, but you saw it right there. He kept his head down. He didn't lift it up or take his eye off the ball until well through his swing. At that point in time, the ball is well on its way to the outfield warning track.
Well, the next batter will be Trey Ahrens of Wahoo. Takes the first pitch. Well, we want to tell you about one of our sponsors. That's D&K Agri-Sales, your solution to grain storage and grain marketing problems. D&K services and repairs all of their grain bins and products. They even do custom work. View them online at dnkagrisales.com. There's another 3 for Ahrens.
Giving him 6. I don't know if this one's going to have the distance.
Just short. Another skyscraper. If you get it high enough, here it's carrying enough, and even in this humidity. And some of the problems of these balls are hard, but they're just line drives.
You're exactly right. And I like what Ahrens is doing. He's got a little bit of a swoop to his swing. He's really hitting that ball up in the air and just allowing the ball to fade its way out past that 200-foot line. Like
there he
right
gets
there,
a
you
hold
saw
of
it.
one. You could tell he was gearing up for that swing. Another 3. Up to 12. That had the height, coming up short. Finishing with 12, Trey Ahrens. Rhett Jordan, the next swinger. He will be the final Waverly representative. We just had a streak. Waverly well represented here.
Yes.
This is the 5th Waverly batter on the South squad. And when you look at their stats, it is for a good reason.
Yeah.
They have some phenomenal individual statistics from Waverly. This is Rhett Jordan.
Amazing. And Jay Adams had 33 points that last round.
Tied him with Caden Ritz. With 1 out, 3 points. Deep center field for Jordan. Here he gets another well-hit baseball. Carry far enough.
Give him 3 more. There you go, Rhett Jordan showing good patience there, taking that last pitch, then finding one on the next one. to the warning track, good for 3.
So it's 5 points if it hits the fence on the fly. These kids
Yeah.
need to be careful out there. If they catch it near the fence, then it doesn't get them the 5 points.
That's what I was thinking. Is that his little brother out there robbing him a couple of points there at the warning track?
Well, that one is destroyed. Watch out, fence. And it's out of here. There's the first home run. Rhett Jordan carries over the left center
Look
field
out.
wall.
Look
and now
out.
he gets another one. It's deep and just shy of the track. Home runs, again, home runs, 10 points.
Yeah, and Jordan, you're showing some of that power that you're going to see from him next year. He's going to play football for Northwest Missouri State. Powerful program. You're seeing some powerful hitting here this afternoon.
Got that one on the screws to the warning track on a rope.
Oh, boy.
That's high. And that one's deep. Watch out, scoreboard. Just shy of the scoreboard, then farther than the fence. There's another homer, another 10 for Jordan. Now he gets it to the track for another 3. Fly ball carrying far enough for an additional 3.
And when he just hits one past the 200-foot line, you feel like you're a little let down because he's just knocking them out of the park left and right here.
This is to the power alley again. He's figured out the left center field gap. Right center this time and carrying for another 3. Belted. Where does that end up?
Foul ball back into the net.
Actually, carried all the way to the fence there. So there's another 5.
He's got such a nice stroke going on right now, just swinging effortlessly, but he's still driving the ball very deep for another 3 points to the warning track.
This is beautiful watching Rhett Jordan here. This is the batting practice the scouts came to see.
Yeah.
Did that carry? Yes, it did.
You mentioned that so many of these athletes are going on to play sports at the next level. Rhett going to go play some football.
For the Bearcats, Northwest Missouri State, a perennial champion. High, deep, carrying. Where does this end up?
Ooh.
Just shy of the track. Another high one.
Tell you what, even when he does that lazy half swing, the ball still carries so deep into this outfield, and the wind's blowing in on you, just showing you the type of hitter Rhett Jordan really is for Waverly.
Had to go reach for that one. Cost him an out. Now a fly ball. Casually floating all the way back to the warning track. All right, we have to restock the baseballs because Rhett Jordan's hit them too far, and I get to count my tallies up.
Good problem to have if you're a Rhett Jordan fan out here at the hitting challenge. My goodness, he is driving the ball here and driving it with some power behind it.
72 points right now for Rhett Jordan. The previous high was 33. We are at 72 for Rhett Jordan. Oh, and he's cranked 2 homers. With the wind picking up and blowing in.
That is just amazing. And you're seeing he's just not just a home run hitter, he's just an excellent all-around hitter. Carried a 377 average throughout the summer Legion baseball schedule.
He's a pitcher too, Andy. I don't know if you noticed the 5-0 record with a 1.36 earned run average. Well, all of our replays today, folks, are brought to you by Husker Rehab. So we will be showing you some Rhett Jordan swings, at least here in the home run, or rather in the hitting challenge. Maybe here even in the All-Star game to follow if he continues swinging it like this. All right, now we pick things up. 72 points and a high, deep fly ball carrying towards the track, towards the fence, and it's gone. Another homer for Rhett Jordan, his 3rd.
Well, that's what happens when you knock 72 points and you get a little chance to rest as they go gather some balls, and he used that to his advantage. What a performance for Rhett Jordan.
I have him with 82. 82. That's a nice little cushion. Well, we had 5 straight from Waverly. Is that how many? Yes, 5 straight from Waverly, and they saved the home run slammer for last in Rhett Jordan. Well, the PA has them at 83. It's possible I missed one tally somewhere.
It was that point where that youngster out there snagged the ball in front of the fence. That's what it has to be. They're giving him the nod.
Okay, now we have Hunter Volkert. Hunter, you have a heck of an act to follow. Hunter is from Ponca. He's a left fielder and pitcher. He's trying to get underneath it, but he's too far underneath it. It's just popping it up. There he lifts one. That's heading far enough. And a 3-point performance there by Volkert on that swing. Another high one.
He's a heck of a hitter in his own right. 390 average. Also had 17 home runs over the season, so he's also batting with some power.
17 RBIs. I would like to let the legend of Hunter Volkert live to 17 homers, but 17 runs batted in. Nonetheless, a very impressive season for Volkert and Ponca, as Ponca made it to the area championship against Hartington. And he finishes with 6. Jarrett McDowell now of Minden.
Another one of these young athletes that plays multiple positions, primarily a pitcher. He's going to be pitching at the next level over at Hastings College.
A lefty swinger, rocking the little elbow brace there on the right arm. Rounds it sharply. 2 out against McDowell. Not getting the barrel quite through it as he'd like to. Fouls it to the left side. McDowell played 4 years for the Minden program. Was the #1 starting pitcher all 4 years. Didn't get any points, but as we mentioned, this dude can hurl it. Nate Mensick of Crete. He will attend Doane University, staying in his hometown for his secondary school.
Those last 2 guys haven't really had to go too far from home going to play at the next level.
That's smoked. 3 points for Mensick.
Real nice piece of hitting right there. It kept his head down, allowed the ball to just kind of work from left to right, went right up the middle.
Mensick hit .482 for Crete American Legion. I think that's enough to punch your ticket to the Wahoo area Kiwanis All-Star game. Gets 3 points.
Yes, sir, and you can kind of see what Doane was looking at when they didn't have to go too far to recruit him, liking what they see.
And this one's destroyed. Would be extra bases. Instead, it's 3 points. He's up to 9. Adds another quick 3. Mensick. Got underneath it. It's carrying far enough.
That's good.
Really
Easy
geared
through.
up.
Yep.
He wound up for that swing and almost hit the fence.
Yeah, Nate's hitting with a real nice rhythm right now, gearing up.
Right all the way to the wall. And this one's flying to the right. It's not far enough. 3 outs for Mensick, but he's all of a sudden up to 23 points. That pop fly has enough distance.
And he's got the right mindset right now. He's just getting up and under the ball and just elevating it and allowing his natural strength really to carry the ball out past that 200-foot line to get the 3 points.
Popped up. Mensick 6 homers in the regular season. That's one of the highest totals that we've seen. And Mensick finishing with a very respectable 26, and that is the leader in the North, Nate Mensick. Heading to the south side, it's Mason Wright of York, pitcher and shortstop. Well, so happy you could join us for this sports presentation on News Channel Nebraska. If you missed the beginning, this is the Wahoo Area Kiwanis All-Star Classic, which starts with the hitting challenge. That's what we're seeing now. Later, we have the All-Star Game, a full 9-inning contest between the North and the South. As far as the rules for the hitting challenge, each hitter has a total of 5 outs, 3 points if you hit it 200 feet, 5 points if you hit the fence on the fly, and 10 if you hit it out of here. We've seen 3 home runs, all of them by Rhett Jordan. McDowell, or rather Wright here, has 3 points and 1 out.
And the batters that get in there with a real nice rhythm and a good stroke, and they just elevate the ball just to get it past that 200-foot line, those are the ones that are having a lot of success here, but none like Rhett Jordan, who is punching the ball clear out of the stadium here with those 3 home runs.
That's a good crack and hard hit ball to center field. Exactly the form that you would teach, you're saying, where your line drive hit should wind up. It was right there. See if he can get underneath it a bit more and try to drive one. Mason Wright, sharp grounder. He'll finish with 6, representing the York Dukes. Preston Anderson of Schuyler comes to the dish.
Now the youngster going over to UNO. He's going to be joined up with Nolan Brown of Waverly, who's also going to UNO.
Preston going for a physical therapy degree at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. 2-year starter on that Schuyler team. Did some pitching. Played a lot of positions. Finished with an ERA right around 3. And here he lifts one. Does it stay fair?
Oh, boy.
It does. That's plenty far.
A real nice job of turning on the ball for that last 3-pointer. Getting his hands out in front.
And here he belts it. That one's a little too far pulled. Winds up foul. And he finishes with 3, does Preston Anderson. Now to the Wood River crew. Luis Trejo, soon to be followed by Jose, both of Wood River.
Both going to UNK next year as well.
Fly ball left field. That will do for 3 for Luis Trejo. Couldn't quite stay back on that one and had awkward contact. The center fielder for Wood River at 3 outs.
You mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, Michael. We're seeing a lot of right-handed batters. A lot of times in these hitting challenges or home run derbies, you see a lot of guys batting from the other side. Not very many lefties here today.
Luis Trejo finishes with 3. Now we head to the north, and Stephen Maibaum from Crofton up near the Missouri River. Hit 300 on the season, did Maibaum. An excellent pitcher as well. And starts things off with 3.
Yeah, coaching staffs love those guys that bat 300 but also have an ERA of around 3. You can never have enough of those guys up and down your roster.
Yes, can't we just copy Stephen Maibaum and make a whole team? That's what coaches say about the 2-year, or rather the Crofton representative at 6 points right now. Crofton, always a good program for American Legion. Northeast Nebraska, a very good baseball area in the Legion level.
Yes, they are. They actually ended my Legion.
Crofton did?
Yes, they did.
Oh, sorry to bring up the sore memories.
I don't really care for the Warriors. I don't know why. Just never.
That one might have had the distance, but it was just wide, and that was foul. Stephen Maibaum of Crofton puts up 9 good points on the north side. Back to the south, and another Trejo, this time Jose.
Jose, another one of those versatile guys, plays the outfield, plays the infield, second baseman, also plays a lot out in left field.
We want to remind you again of D&K Agri-Sales, your solution to grain storage and grain marketing problems. D&K services and repairs all of their grain bins and products. They even do custom work. Visit them online at dnkagrisales.com. Michael Shively and Andy Klassen with you in Wahoo. We're at Sam Crawford Field. We'll tell you some fun facts here and there about Sam Crawford throughout the evening, but he went by the name Wahoo Sam. He's from this town and made it big. And you're thinking, have I heard of Sam Crawford in the big leagues lately? Well, not lately, but he is in the Major League Hall of Fame. Born in 1880 in Wahoo, played a long time for the Detroit Tigers and made it all the way to the Hall in Cooperstown.
Played alongside Ty Cobb for a number of years there, won multiple pennants.
One of the all-time greats in the record books for a few different things. He played in the dead ball era, so playing with these baseballs here, I think he'd be hitting some out of the park at his namesake ballpark.
Especially the current baseballs, under speculation, the live, super live balls that some of the pitchers are claiming are being used right now.
So you've noticed an uptick in home runs at the major league level as well.
Maybe a little bit.
A round of applause for Jose Trejo of Wood River. Now Ryan Raisler, a Springfield native, plays third base and pitcher. To recap where we're at, Rhett Jordan in the low 80s, either 82 or 83. I'm not sure it will end up mattering if he's at 82 or 83 with the cushion he has. The next closest are a couple of 33s.
I think he's going to make the next round for sure. Don't believe I'm going out on too much of a limb on that one. He also has the only 3 home runs of the hitting challenge.
Yes, we have seen a couple others hit the fence, but the 3 that have left the ballpark, all responsible for Rhett Jordan. Raisler up to 9 points. Make that 12. He's starting to find his groove in his swing.
That last attempt, Raisler did a nice job of going down and golfing that ball out with a little bit of a swooping swing to elevate it far past the 200-foot line to get him that 3 points.
Another good uppercut and another good fly ball for an additional 3. He's up to 18. Piling on up to 21.
That's what you like to see. 3 swings, 9 points. Make it 4 swings, 12 points.
The most effective hitters, they find their groove and they start cranking them. Back to back to back to back. Hey, that one carried 200 feet. And give him another 3. I think the left side's a little more generous than the right on occasion. Oh, we are already up to 33 for Raisler.
Yeah, he's got a real nice stroke going on right now.
And it's been a quiet 33, I feel like we haven't quite even noticed.
Yeah.
All of a sudden up to that high tally. Now number 3, he's hit a wall, a couple of consecutive outs. Can he regain it to add to his cushion? Right now has the lead on the north squad. That's a high fly ball, carrying to 3-point land. 36 points, 39. That's the second most of any participant. .42. I hope you learned your multiples of 3 before heading into this, Andy. This one threatens the 5-point territory. Not quite far enough, though.
But you see what Raisler's doing right there, taking a pitch, playing with good pace right now, not trying to overdo it, and really just allowing that bat head to get out there and knock the ball way past that 200-foot mark.
Off the bat, I thought, oh, there's one that has a chance, but it wound up foul. What a performance. Ryan Raisler of Springfield had 45 points. 45 is the second most of any participant and the highest total on the North squad.
And I think you kind of saw it there. Ryan was getting a little gas there, hit after hit after hit after hit, racking up 45 points.
And we'll get another look at his swing here from Raisler. This one, he got all of part of his 45-point performance. This is the swing we were talking about. Carried and required a nice catch from one of the kids back there.
Already shouted out to those kids a couple of times. They're coming up with some nice catches back there. One of them robbing a guy of a 5-pointer.
I think Jordan would have had a couple more up to 84 had someone not caught a ball in front of the fence. New batter Camden Thompson of Wood River gets 3. Flies for another.
Thompson has a real nice level swing, but he hits with such power. It's able to lift the ball up over that 200-foot line. 3 swings, 9 points. How about that?
That last one had a nice, a gradual incline on the line drive. He's getting around on it, kicking up some good dirt, hitting the ball hard. Can he continue to elevate?
Those are the type of line drives that you want to see, those slow risers that continue to just gain momentum as they go and cover feet into the outfield.
Camden Thompson with 9 points, the pitcher and third baseman from Wood River. Hunter Babe of Springfield, we're in the midst of a trio of Springfield players. Babe, a lefty, looking to see if he can do what his teammate Ryan Raisler did moments ago.
You play baseball and your name is Babe. I mean, I think that's fitting, isn't it? That's a baseball name.
I think so. Hey, 3 points to center field. And getting some great contact. Not for a home run derby, though. The great Bambino. There you go. Call your shot, Hunter.
Nice job of going opposite field, then taking a pitch, gathering himself.
And hits it high enough, but not far enough. Hunter Babe, the catcher from Springfield, finishes with 6. All right, I have a good feeling about A.J. Benz. Has the size to have some power. Will be playing college football at Concordia in Seward.
Yeah.
The York Duke, A.J. Benz, looking to see if he can lift some.
Yeah, A.J. was part of some tremendous teams there, football teams and baseball teams over there in York, Nebraska. What a program, what a way they've been making noise in the state tournament, football and basketball these last 2 or 3 years.
And there's a good crack. That one's deep, sending the youngsters screaming towards the fence. The first 3 for Benz.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Benz looks like a football player. Powerful kid up there, your traditional third baseman, batting cleanup.
He's at 6 points right now, or is he at 9?
He's running out of outs, so he's going to have to
He
get
is.
into a little bit of a rhythm here.
And there's one lifted high towards left. That will count for another 3. Another good rip.
See, that's all it takes in this hitting challenge. You just got to elevate the ball enough to get it out past that 200-foot line.
Finished with 12. A.J. Benz. That will not be enough to get to the next level, but 12 still a good showing. Sam Kennedy of Springfield takes his turn. Well, be sure to stay tuned to News Channel Nebraska. We will carry you through the championship round here of the Wahoo Area Kiwanis All-Star Classic. Then we'll take a break as we have a dinner for the players, coaches. Andy might grab some food. And
Better
Chris
believe it.
Williams will take over. He'll have your news. Find out what's going on in the state of Nebraska here this weekend. Our weekend news starts at 4 p.m. every weekend and runs until midnight. So that will come up after the game, and then we'll have your all-star game to follow, expecting to start that around 7. Well, we'll tell you about our friends at Husker Rehab in Fairbury, proud sponsor of high school and college athletics in the area. Hard hit ball, but not far enough by Sam Kennedy.
Kennedy, another one of these big swingers, first baseman, traditional. You know, you expect a lot of power, your first and third baseman. That's what Springfield gets out of Sam Kennedy.
Has the sunglasses backwards there on the hat and lifts this one high
boy.
and deep. That's challenging the wall, winds up just short of it, but well struck by Kennedy. That's a good way to get your first 3 points. Has far enough for another 3. Kennedy from Springfield, the final in the threesome, representing the North team.
Oh, that's going to be enough.
Up to 9.
A real nice job of keeping the ball right up that alley there, right back at the pitcher, and it starts to fade back into right field.
12 for Sam Kennedy. And that is where he will end. So Kennedy in the books. Skylar Brown's turn. Skylar from Overton. He will attend the South Dakota School of Mines. Likely means he's an engineer. See if he can use some geometry, maybe some math to get the perfect launch angle here.
Another one of those versatile players, third base, second base, also does some pitching.
And does some hitting here for a deep flying ball for 3.
He looks like a powerful hitter, doesn't he?
If he gets all of one, I bet it will go up towards that yellow line on the top of our green outfield wall.
I'd have to agree with you, Michael. Dead center's 335, and this is going to make a run at it.
Deep 3 points. 6 points for Skylar Brown. Here he gets underneath one. Does it go far enough? Yes. 9 for Skylar Brown. 12 for Skylar Brown.
Well, and it doesn't even look like he's working real hard. He's just kind of putting the bat on the ball, and it's carrying for him over the 200 mark. That one does as well.
When you have the strength that Brown has, again, it is just a matter of getting the right trajectory on it. You can lift it far enough with his strength. It's going to get 200 feet. He's up to 23.
That last one was a
18.
moonshot. Went real high, but the wind is blowing in just a little bit, hanging that ball up. Otherwise, that might have made the warning track or the fence.
Now at 21. He's found his stroke. Brown just foul and finishes with an impressive total of 24. That is just shy of making the cut in the South. Right now, the score to beat on the South to make it into the championship round would be 33. A tie at 33 for Jay Adams and Caden Ritz. To the North squad we head. Nick Oden's turn, playing at his hometown field. The lefty, couple of quick outs. Might want to take some. That seems to be a strategy that's worked.
Right.
Wait for your pitch. What do I know? He gets a hold of that one.
Goes opposite field with it. Nice piece of hitting.
Well, there's a good crack by Oden. It's hugging the line and winding up a foul. Had a little too much of a slice to it. It's like rocking a little bit of a goatee there. The facial hair for Oden. Hometown kid gets 3 points. Trace Bosch of Overton. Catcher, pitcher, third base. Going to school at UNK. Going to get some hacks at it here in the South. 35 total players between the North and the South. We have 4 left.
And Overton being well represented here. 3 players got the nod to play in the All-Star Classic.
And helping to make this broadcast possible today, Tradewind Energy. To learn more about hosting a wind turbine, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. 305 down the left field line, or rather 309, pardon me, down the left field line. 310 to right field, 335 to center. We've seen 3 balls fly over the left center field fence, all of them from Rhett Jordan. What do the last 4 hitters have in store for us? Let's find out. Trace Bosch. Our first heckler. Trying to get his stroke is Bosch.
And I think Bosch is out in front of the ball just a little bit here.
He's choking up some. Just look to the on-deck circle where his buddy Josh from Overton is cracking up after that foul ball grounder. Whoa, that's why he knew what he could do. Holy cow, that's deep. And gets 3 points. That's what we were waiting for from Trace Bosch. He's feeling the pressure. He had his buddy in the on-deck circle heckling him. He did get one good swing in there that delivered 3 points. And now Garrett Modry from Valparaiso.
Modry, another one of those guys that's going to be a catcher. A lot of times the catchers of the teams are some of the most athletic players, not on the old traditional where it might be the bigger kid, the heavy set kid. That's not the case anymore. You're getting some athletes back there.
All right, let's get that good swing by Bosch from a moment ago. Start off with a 3-pointer from our current hitter, Modry. From Valparaiso, just north of Lincoln. It's a good piece of it. One more chance for Modry. And there it is. That one's high, and that one's deep, heading towards the track. An impressive 3 added on to the tally for Modry. Now he's up to 9. Just underneath it. Does it carry far enough?
Be close.
Not quite.
Oh.
And Garrett Modry finishes with 9. Trying to get the pronunciation for Josh. We got everybody besides him. He was out at second base and couldn't quite get to go watch him. They're saying Araujo here at the ballpark. We'll check in between games. But Josh, he's trying to finish things off for the South squad.
Well, after he was giving his buddy Bosch a hard time, you know, he's kind of putting the pressure on himself here.
You have to back up the talk.
There we go. Nice.
And that's a good rip and a good extra base knock. Ends up with 3 points there. Screamer for an out. Didn't quite get the right part of the barrel. One more chance here for Josh. And bounces out, finishes with 3. So him and Bosch tie it up for Overton. Carson Hesser's turn. He is the final batter to determine who will make it on to the next round. Carson Hesser from Wahoo, playing some college baseball at Northern State. Quickly 2 out.
Hesser is an excellent hitter in his own right, carrying a .390 average throughout the Legion season.
Has 3. That will be 6 points now. We're told by the Wahoo coach this could be one of the best players that he's ever coached at Wahoo.
Another one of those guys that plays shortstop and does a fair amount of pitching for Wahoo.
That carry, not quite. 4 outs for Hesser. That's 6 points, and that is where he will finish. All right, so let's regroup. We've gone through all 35 players representing 16 teams, and here is who's heading to the next round. On the South, Rhett Jordan with a bit of a cushion at 82. Jay Adams of Waverly had 33, and Caden Ritz of Donovan Trumbull had 33. So this will go lowest to highest score. We're getting word on the North squad.
So it's going to go to a sudden death hit off here with only 1 out.
So it will be Dylan Feakin and Cade Lynham of Springfield, each entering with 15 points. Then Nate Medsick of Crete with 26, and Ryan Raisler of Springfield with 45. And now let's go over that championship round rules one more time, Andy. What are we looking at here in the championship?
Depending on the time, each participant will have 5 outs. Highest cumulative score, both rounds wins. I thought we might have had a tie, and that's what I was speaking to there, and I was trying to listen to the play-by-play. If that is the case, we're going to have a 1-out sudden death round here between a couple guys.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, kind of putting the pressure on these guys here. And I think that's what we're going to see here. Dylan Feakin of Crete and Caden Lynham, each with 15 in that first round for the North squad. We're going into a kind of an additional piece of the hitting challenge here. Try and make it into that championship round that you were speaking of.
All right, Dylan Feakin of Crete. He was the early leader in the clubhouse. Had the most of the first 4 batters between the two teams. Finished with 15. Had 1 homer in the regular season and hit .318.
See the old Crete hat there, traditional red and white colors of the Crete Cardinals. Kind of looks like a Cincinnati Red Sea. I noticed when we showed up at the ballpark today, a lot of guys had on Washington National hats. No, that W's for Wahoo. Like, oh.
I noticed the flags out in center field also look like the Nationals logo. Oh, yeah, that's Wahoo. I'm going to say the Nationals copied Wahoo, not the other way around.
You know, you're probably right there. And it only
that
took me
one's cranked and winds up with 3.
Nice piece of hitting right there.
Beacon gets another 3. Four outs for Feakin. So he gets 6. So it wasn't a... So they just, I believe, just moved everybody on, what it seems like.
Right.
So the final total for Feakin is 21. Now Cade Lynham.
And no harm, no foul. Why not just let everybody get out there and play and have a good time? That's what this Wahoo area Kiwanis All-Star Classic is all about. Right in the middle of this hitting challenge here, getting into the second round.
Cade Lynham really belted that first one. Here he gets a good piece of it. Does carry to get him 3 more. Fly ball and plenty of carry. 9 for Lynham this round. Doesn't get the distance that time. Plenty of distance there.
Doing a real nice job getting that ball up to the middle of the field. Not really spraying it all around, kind of controlling his swing here, sending him all to center field.
Fly ball to right center. That will get him up to 18 points this round. 21, he's far beyond his 15 from the first round.
Yeah, it just looks a lot more comfortable up here, first round to second.
Some of it having to do with where you get the pitches, perhaps, and Lynham finding what he's liking from this hurler. Adds another 3. He's up to 24 this round.
Did a real nice job going opposite field on that occasion. Like you said, the pitch took him outside, dropped the bat, found it, put plenty of lift on to get that 3 points.
He's really found his stroke.
Yeah.
35. Or check that. 30 total. You could get to that 35 mark pretty quickly.
Yeah. He about did on that pass swing there. You get 5 points if you hit the fence outright. He was just a little short of that to give him the traditional 3 points.
36. There's an out. That's out number 4. Can Lynham add to his total before he's done for the day? And
Whoa.
that has a good chance. It gets to the 3-point territory. The exit velocity on that last one was impressive. And a really good round by Cade Lynham. He'll finish with 38 that round, bringing his total to 53. Or check that, 39, so he's up to 54. There's that good swing from the left-handed side. Now Nate Mensick of Cree to add 26 in the first round.
Going on to play the next level at Doane University. Not too far from home there, is he?
No. And one of the best home run hitters in the regular season at 6 home runs. Drove in 32, nearly hit 500.
And also throw some heat, had 49 strikeouts as a pitcher.
In 31 innings.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good athlete there in Nate Mensick.
Yeah, when you're flirting with batting 500, he's at a 482 average. Then throw 50 strikeouts on top of that. Wow, what a talent.
2 quick outs. There's his first 3. Doubles his total. Now the question I'm starting to get to build in my head, Andy, is will we see another leave the yard?
Oh, I think we will.
And by somebody besides Red Jordan.
Oh, I think we will. We just mentioned it with the last couple of batters, how they look a little bit more comfortable here, and they're starting to elevate that ball. We have just a little bit of a breeze coming in at us that's not helping the batters, but I think they're seeing the ball a little bit better here in the second round.
Really took a big rip, but got on top of it. And Nate Mensick adds 6 up to 32, and that will be enough for 6th.
Well, you've called your fair share of baseball games, being the official voice of the Salt Dogs a couple seasons ago. You know what a good ball player, what a good swing looks like. What say you?
I'm seeing it from most of these players. You can tell the ones that are going on to college.
Mm-hmm.
And they are all great players at the Legion level, but you can tell guys like Caden Ritz, who's up right now, that he's going to play college. Some of the pitches they're having to reach for, but the ball is exploding differently off of the bat of the college players.
Yeah, it really is, and Ritz does a nice job of. I just look at his fundamentals. He keeps his head down, his hands are always out on front, he's got good balance. Even the swings that he has to reach for like that one, he elevates it, gets it well past the 200-foot line, gets some points.
And the thing that I think is making this a little challenging is this isn't what these players are used to. They're still at that point where they're finalizing their fundamentals heading into college.
Right.
And they're not being taught to hit home runs.
Yeah.
They're being taught to make good contact.
Right.
And that power will come as they get older, get into a strength training program, and you'll see that ball start to fly some more. And we're seeing it fly plenty right now with Caden Ritz. He's up to 12 points here in this round.
Yeah, and he's not trying to do too much with it either. He's just elevating the ball. Nice, simple swing, if you will, compact swing. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Michael. Some of the best hit balls today have just been line drives that would have been right over the shortstop's head. And it's not worth any points here because it doesn't get over the 200-foot line.
Yes, you don't get points for singles, but some of these that are fly balls might just be cans of corn too.
Right.
So it's not a pure measure of what this would translate into a game, but purely power-wise, we've seen some nice displays. And adding 15 to Ritz's total, he finishes with 48, and that will be enough for at least 5th place. Right now, Cade Lynham will finish in at least 4th for the Red Squad. So right now, we're up to Jay Adams. Starts off with a quick 3. Jay Adams from Waverly. Gets a good piece of it for another 3.
Adams going to go on to play at the next level as well for Concordia. And he does have a collegiate-looking swing to him. Real level swing.
Right center field for an additional 3. An additional 9 points. Once we get to Ryan Raisler, who will hit next, that one is really cracked to left center. Then you'll get to someone that, you know, with another round like his first, you could think maybe he could challenge the overall total of Red Jordan. These other guys are battling for second through through sixth. Another 12 to Jay Adams. He'll finish with 45. And Ryan Raisler. So Raisler had 45 to lead the North team. So he needs to add at least 37 to get to Rhett Jordan.
Raisler did a real nice job in the opening round, gathering those 45 total points. The youngster from Springfield, your traditional power hitter, holding down third base.
And now it's time to enjoy the game, thanks to United Healthcare. Michael Shively, Andy Klassen with you. And Andy, it's been really fun so far. We have a couple hitters left in this challenge.
Yeah, we do. And this game is the hitting challenge put on by the Wahoo area Kiwanis All-Star Classic crew. A lot of people came together to put this event on. And, oh, by the way, this is its 17th year.
Lots of tradition of American Legion success here in Wahoo. Ryan Raisler, 45 points in the first round. Wants to get above the cumulative total of Rhett Jordan, who so far has 82, and he still has to hit. So time for Raisler to go to work. There's his first three.
Ryan, for folks just tuning in, you get 3 points by hitting the ball over the 200-foot line. 5 points if you hit the wall, 10 if you go over and out of here.
Raisler. We do have some sun bearing down on us now. It was mostly overcast before.
Just a beautiful day for baseball. 81 degrees, partly cloudy, light breeze coming in from the outfield.
Raisler just got 3 and another 3. Up to 9 this round.
You saw it right there, Michael. Oh, excuse me. That last hit that was his final out, I thought was a better hit that counted for 3 points on the previous one. A little bit of a looping line drive. That one was a frozen rope, but that's an out in the hitting challenge.
Raisler finished with 54, a tie for second with Cade Lynham. Now for the big bat. Let's see if there's another show here for Rhett Jordan. Started off with 3. He had 82 in the first round and hit 3 out of the ballpark. The only player to get it out over the fence. He has 6 quick points. Seeing if he can find his swing. I don't know if that one will carry. It does, though.
They're going to give it to him.
9. Not quite the same success right now for Jordan. Can he find his groove? That's a good one. Liner. That's out number 4. And there's a rocket to the warning track. That's 15 this round.
There we go.
18 this round. Rhett Jordan looking to keep going.
Doing a real nice job of using that entire outfield.
Got underneath that, and it will carry far enough.
Really spraying the ball from left to right.
This one's a fly ball that yields another 3. Off the end of the bat, not quite far enough. So that's 27 additional points and a final total there of 109. What a performance by Rhett Jordan.
And it looked like he was in a little bit of trouble when he got those 3 outs real quick, but then he turned it around, found his groove, found his rhythm. Good for another 27 points.
Well, we're going to try to corral Rhett Jordan, and we'll talk about his swing and his hitting challenge championship. 110 points for Rhett Jordan. We'll be back with more after this.
Are you struggling with pain or mobility issues? Do you need physical or occupational therapy? Husker Rehab can help. With 6 locations, help is in your hometown or just a short drive away. Our goal is to keep you moving with the most modern and up-to-date rehabilitative techniques. If your life is being ruined by physical pain, come and see us. Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms, in Fairbury, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Nebraska City. Visit us at huskerrehab.com.
Have you ever wondered what's behind the doors of Valley Vet Fashion Direct in Marysville? See, this isn't just a vet supply store. They carry a large selection of all kinds of boots, work, fashion, or casual, for all ages. Make sure you check out the sales selection to steal a deal. Perfect your look with a variety of jeans, shirts, and accessories. And if you can't find your size in the store, chances are they have it in their huge warehouse. Valley Vet Fashion Direct on Highway 36 in Marysville, open 7 days a week.
People ask me what I want to be when I grow up. I don't know. All I know is where I want to be. A place where people believe in me and listen to my ideas. Where people care. Where everyone belongs. Where no dream is too big. My teacher says everything we need is right where we are. She says all you have to do is turn up your dream switch. There's a reason we call this place Greater Nebraska. Greater Nebraska.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a four-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large four-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter to semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Taking control of your grain marketing means having enough storage on your farm to maximize profits. Have you considered adding storage to your operation? Talk to the pros at D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer in Plymouth, about the options you have to make your grain handling more effective and more profitable. If grain storage or grain handling is a problem, D&K Agri-Sales is the solution. Bins, legs, towers, conveyors, elevators, dryers, augers, parts, and maintenance. Call D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer, for your grain marketing solutions today. Online at dnkagrisales.com.
Wind energy means opportunity. Did you know that a local wind energy project would usher in millions of new tax dollars to the county and school taxing districts, and increased funds allow schools to invest in quality education programs, technology, facility development, and even renovations? Funds can be used as needed to improve our schools and the learning environment for our children. To learn more about how wind energy is good for Northeast Nebraska schools, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
If you're looking for excellent physical therapy or a great place to work out, Husker Rehab in Beatrice is the place to start. At Husker Rehab, they enjoy a friendly, relaxed atmosphere, and they'll help you reach your goals.
At Husker Rehab, we take pain personally, and we're always looking for the best solutions to help you out and have proven results. Hi, this is Ryan Wade, a physical therapist at Husker Rehab in Beatrice. If you have a referral for physical therapy or are looking to get into better shape, we'd love to help you out.
That's Husker Rehab with 2 locations in Lincoln, 1 in Beatrice, and 1 in Fairbury. Call today for more information or learn more at huskerrehab.com.
Alrighty, I'm back with the Hitting Challenge champion, Rhett Jordan from Waverly. Now, Rhett, you got into one serious little rhythm there, especially in the first round where you had 82 points. Kind of walk me through that, your mindset as you entered into this challenge.
I really wasn't thinking I was going to do very well, to be honest with you. I'm not a big power guy, but I just kind of got into a rhythm, and the pitcher did a really good job. He's just throwing them right down the middle, so that helped a lot.
We saw that from a couple of different hitters. They weren't able to adjust to the slower ball that was coming in there. It seemed to me you did a real nice job adjusting to it and just lifting the ball up and easy.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me was, I've actually learned that throughout the season, is getting your timing on deck and just getting in a rhythm with the pitcher, and that helped me tremendously in the season and helped me this too.
Now tell me about what you're thinking moving on to the next game here, the actual game itself. Is this giving you a little bit more confidence as you get ready for the actual All-Star game?
I mean, not really. I'm just going to try and go out there and do my thing.
Well, tell me a little bit about the power. You were the only guy that actually got one out of the park. You actually had 3 home runs. Did you wind up a little bit extra for those ones, or was it just same as always?
It was just kind of same as always. I just got a good launch angle on him and found barrel. So.
All right, well, very good. Well, and your father caught up to us right after the challenge here, and he said, be sure to ask Red, with power like that and a swing like that, why are you going to play football at the next level and not baseball?
Football was kind of my first love, and that's kind of what, once I got into high school and I started having success with that, I kind of just fell in love with it again. So and the program I'm going to is the type of program I wanted to be in, so that was a big reason.
Well, yeah, and tell the folks a little bit about that program, Northwest Missouri State.
It's just got a winning tradition, and the coaches there, you can tell them, just from what I heard from players, that the coaches really care about you, and so it's what I wanted to be a part of.
Well, good luck on your future endeavors, and congratulations on becoming the Hitting Challenge champion here at the Kiwanis All-Star Classic. Michael, let's send it back up to you in the booth.
Well, thank you very much, Andy. Great stuff there with Rhett Jordan, who finishes with 110. That's our Tio Haas postgame interview with Rhett Jordan of Waverly. 3 home runs in the first round, 83 points. Add another 27 in the post, or rather in the second round, to finish with 110. Well, we normally give a defensive player of the game. This was a home run derby, so we didn't get the chance, but we do want to tell you about our friends at J-Tech Construction. For 50% off window installation and 0 interest financing, contact J-Tech Construction. Well, it's been so much fun bringing you this hitting challenge, watching these athletes go out there and take their best rip at it. Really fun watching Rhett Jordan, especially in that first round. In second place, a tie between Ryan Raisler and Cade Lynham. Great effort by all of the All-Star participants, and they get another chance out on the field one final time for American Legion. That's in the American Legion All-Star Game, which comes up later tonight just after 7 o'clock. In the meantime, we're going to send it back to the studio. Chris Williams will have your news until we head back to Wahoo and Sam Crawford Field for the evening nightcap of the Wahoo Kiwanis Area All-Star Game. That's coming up next. Thanks for watching News Channel Nebraska.
Get your tickets for the 4th Annual Faith Regional Health Services Foundation Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night, with grown-up games like Giant Jenga, Giant Connect 4, Human Foosball, and more, on Saturday, August 17th at the Divots Defense Center in Norfolk. Enjoy an evening of grown-up games, a live DJ, dinner and drinks, along with a raffle and silent auction starting at 6 p.m. Proceeds will be used to purchase more AEDs to be placed in area businesses, schools, and organizations. Get your tickets for the Faith Regional Health Services Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night, Saturday, August 17th.
Jefferson Community Health and Life provides high-quality health and wellness services to Jefferson County and beyond. Our commitment to you is to provide exceptional family care to inspire a lifetime of health. We now offer family medicine services at 2 convenient locations in Fairbury and Plymouth to keep your family healthy for life. We are proud to welcome Dr. Brett Wergen, a native Nebraskan, to our team of 7 family medicine providers who all focus on developing long-term positive relationships with patients. Jefferson Community Health and Life.